That's the moment I want to talk about today because I'm still undefeated. You're undefeated. So I wrote myself a rule: no public war. And then I tried to break it. No public war. Let the results speak for themselves. Go out on your own, do the thing you want to do the way you want to do it. Do it the right way, do it the transparent way. Welcome to DFW Grit. I'm Dr. James Taylor and I'm your host, and this is more than just a podcast. We dive into the stories of the movers, the shakers, the small business owners, the entrepreneurs right here in the DFW Metroplex. This is your home for authentic, real stories that prove what happens when you don't back down. Let's get to work. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of DFW Grit. As always, I am your host, Dr. James Taylor, and I want to start off today by saying this: I did the right thing. Eventually, I did the right thing. I want that to be on the record before we go any further. So, that being said, what right thing? What'd you do? What happened? Let me tell you. So before, man, not even before. Um, you've heard me talk a lot about in the past few years about groups that I've been helping out, right? Um, and in the past couple of weeks, I've really been forced to learn that I need to better focus on building toward the people that I'm serving, not necessarily away from people who hurt me. Those are two different things. So to kind of get to the meat of it, I got wronged by a group that I helped build for years. And when I say years, I mean like years of cash, years of promotions, years of giveaways. Shoot, thousands of dollars raised for the group or for people in it. Um, I mean, shoot, just money Venmoed, um, gift cards collected and handed over, sporting event tickets, given freely. Just kind of giving like remember when Wormtail was putting the little cauldron stuff together to get Voldemort back? Hand whatever. Okay, yeah. Given freely. Anyway, okay. So I gave a lot of stuff. I did a lot of work. I took a lot of time out of my schedule to help benefit all of this, to help further the mission, further the cause. Using contacts and relationships, getting newspaper articles written, hell, getting the ball rolling on TV spots. I mean, those never came to fruition, but again, making use of the resources I had. Not a single thank you. Not one. Or at least not one publicly. So I wrote myself a rule: no public war. And then I tried to break it. No public war. Let the results speak for themselves. Go out on your own, do the thing you want to do the way you want to do it. Do it the right way, do it the transparent way. No public war. And then I broke it. Well, I attempted to break it. I didn't actually break it. I sat down and I built a file. I copied conversations. I grabbed screenshots. I scrolled back. Screen grab here, a little copy and paste there. And that's the moment I want to talk about today because I'm still undefeated. You're undefeated. If again, I've said this before, if you are able to listen to this, watch this, take this in any way, shape, or form, you're still here. Congratulations. But being undefeated does not mean the fight's actually over in your head. That's fun. Sometimes it just means you're losing quietly. So, as always, after this episode, if the stuff we're going to go through here resonates with you, Go to the website, www.dfwgrit.com, and there will be a field manual there for you to help take what we're talking about here and apply it directly to what you have happening. So, what this is, most people don't break their own rules on purpose. They just go looking for a version of breaking it that still lets them say they kind of kept it. It's a loophole, you might say. So we got three principles, we got three actions, one rule. And this is about the gap that the rule you write for yourself has. It's about putting in your own loopholes, maybe unintentionally, probably unintentionally. So, like I said, had a whole bunch of stuff happen, right? I'd raised thousands of dollars, somewhere in the neighborhood of 3,500, maybe even about 4 grand. We gave away a bunch of tickets and things like that, just unprompted. Heck, I mean, shoot, one of the guys, he was in a tough spot. Venmoed him $1,000. Like, man, I feel for you. Said thank you to me, like personally, appreciate that. Um, and maybe this is me, but like, not a post, not a nothing. Somebody reached out like, hey, we're trying to get this guy a car. Would you be willing to donate? Absolutely. A decision like this, it has a destination. But these wounds just want an audience, right? So I got asked one question. What are you saving all this stuff for? What'd you take all these screenshots for and copy all these texts for and everything like that? And I was building a case, but again, it was a case that didn't necessarily have a destination. I was saving all of these files for a just in case. I don't know what that just in case was, but I might have had an idea. Quiet revenge is still revenge. So I told myself, you know what? Nope, I am going to be mature. And then a week later, I was like, oh, let's just go look and see what we got, just in case. What if instead of putting the stuff out there, what if I ran in opposition to it? I don't have to outright name the things that were going on, but I'm just going to name the things I'm doing. So if you are in the know, you are in the know. If you know, you know. So some of you might have a very similar file right now on a person, on an event, on an organization, on a job, on a shoot spouse or significant other or something like that. But you're asking yourself, why? What's it for, right? So that's not really restraint. It's the same fire, if you will. It's just turned down enough just to look like wisdom. Oh, I'm saving these things just in case. You're not really writing a mission per se. You're not writing a path forward. You just wrote a rebuttal with better manners, or at least that's what I did. Lowering the volume on revenge doesn't make it wisdom, it just makes it quieter. Because you got to remember, the moment that your mission statement requires somebody else's pain or somebody else's failure to make sense, it's not a mission. It's just a rebuttal. It's just and I told you so. So, let's take this thing, let's make this take this on the upswing, right? So, strength does not need a witness to the wound. Strength, all it needs is strength. All it needs is for you to show up and do what you said you were going to do. So, here's a test that I run now. Would I say this exact same thing? Would I take this exact same process and these steps forward if the thing that created the wound never happened? If the source of the anger, or shoot, to harken back, if the source of the spite wasn't there, would I still move forward thusly? If the answer is yes, then yes. The answer is maybe or probably not. Then I got to go back to the drawing board. I got to figure out a better plan, a more true plan, right? Because real strength doesn't need somebody else to have failed first. Sometimes that kind of sucks to hear. So, the operating philosophy. Here's the whole thing stacked together. Catch these files that you're building that don't have a destination, right? Catch the urge to insinuate instead of build. I might have done that. Then run this as a witness, right? Would you still do the thing if the other thing that is currently or potentially fueling it didn't exist, never happened? The answer is yes. Then, like I said before, start building, start doing the thing. If the answer is no, you might need to go back to the drawing board a little bit. Build toward the person you're serving, never away from the person who hurt you. Those are two different drivers, right? One is something you're driving toward, one is something that's pushing you from behind. So here's 3 things I want you to do this week. Number 1, whatever file that you're building, the thing you're sitting on right now, the screenshots, the text, the hell, even just the mental tally, say it out loud. And what's the destination in one sentence, right? What decision is it? If you can't answer it, might need to go back and kind of rework it here. Number 2, the thing that you're building now, read it back and run the test. Would you say the exact same thing? Would you do the exact same thing? Would you build the exact same thing if the person who wronged you had never existed? If the group that wronged you never existed? If the corporation that you're rallying against never existed? If it wouldn't, it's not ready yet. Number 3, write down one sentence somewhere that you'll actually see it, because that's a clue. This week, I'm building toward blank, not away from blank, and fill in your own blanks. Because the rule is you are allowed to be hurt. Absolutely. You are not allowed to let the hurt draft your blueprint. Saying you're over something and actually being over it are 2 entirely different things. And you'll know which one you are by whether your next move needs the other guy to be winning or losing. It's a shitty thing to hear. If you're building it the wrong way, he said to himself in the mirror. As always, guys, accompanying each one of these episodes will be a field manual to help you get through these same kind of things. If we talked about something that resonated with you, whether it be directly or indirectly, by all means, just pop over to the website, www.dfwgrit.com, and go to the field manuals tab. If you want to be on the episode, by all means, shoot us a DM. Go into our go to the website and just fill out the form. There's only one prerequisite. You got to be in DFW. If you can do that, cool, you're halfway home. But as always, like, share, follow, and right here on DFW Grit, you will learn more by accident than elsewhere by design. I'm learning a lot of shit by accident, but it's probably good for me. I'll see you guys on the next one.